A very good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. I am Brian Tumwine Biaruhanga. The Ministry of Health has released an update on the status of routine immunization in Uganda, highlighting major milestone in the fight against vaccine-preventable diseases. The update underscores vaccination as one of the country's most effective public health interventions for protecting children from life-threatening illnesses. Let's take a look.
Routine immunization remains one of the safest and most effective ways of protecting children against serious diseases, and the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Health, continues to prioritize the prevention of major killer diseases through vaccination.
The progress we have made from 6 killer diseases to 14 immunizable diseases, it demonstrates the power and the role immunization plays in disease prevention.
In 2025, Uganda's immunization program maintained strong performance, registering up to 90% success in preventing diseases that previously caused illness, disability, and death among thousands of children. This achievement is attributed to strong international partnerships, sustained service delivery, and enhanced community engagement.
We want to bring it still on this table to tell you that malaria is still biggest contributory of maternal and child mortality in our country.
In April 2025, Uganda made global headlines after breaking a world record with the largest malaria vaccine introduction.
In that time, we introduced in 107 districts, which at that time were categorized as having the both moderate and high burden of malaria disease.
To date, more than 1 million children have received the first dose of the malaria vaccine, representing 101% of the target population.
Campaigns have been going on, and these are the phases you're seeing there.
In advancing Uganda's vaccines agenda, the HPV and cervical cancer vaccine continues to register high uptake.
We want the future generations, our young ladies, once they get into the cycle of getting sexually active and they are exposed to HPV virus, we want them to be fully protected.
Progress has also been registered in measles control following the introduction of a second dose at 18 months, while the yellow fever vaccine has, across 4 national phases, cumulatively vaccinated over 30 million Ugandans.
Government has made the vaccines available in all our government facilities.
The Ministry of Health and its partners have additionally registered 350,000 doses of the Mpox vaccine in 45 districts. Meanwhile, the hepatitis B birth dose vaccine, first introduced in 2025 to prevent mother-to-child transmission, currently stands at 75% coverage.
Vaccines work, vaccines are safe. By the time the vaccine hits the market, it has gone through all safety efficacy tests, vaccines are safe. So that challenge of anti-vaxxer, do not take whatever you read online as gospel truth. Cross-check that with science.
While vaccination remains one of Uganda's strongest public health achievements, the Minister of Health emphasizes that sustaining this success requires continued public trust, ensuring that children complete all vaccination doses on time, access to accurate information, and strong partnerships with the media. Chris Biondo, UBC.
Thank you, Chris, there. The government of Japan has donated over 330 million towards education development in the Lango sub-region, specifically benefiting a Moringa primary school in Kwania district. The donation, which was formalized at the Japanese embassy in Kampala, where the ambassador of Japan to Uganda, His Excellency Sasayama Tayuka, signed a one-year grant agreement with the school's head teacher, that is Ayan Joel. Now the grant will support the construction of classroom blocks and latrine facilities, as well as the supply of school furniture, all to be completed within 1 year period. The ambassador of Japan said that the Japanese support to education is aimed at ensuring every child learns in a safe and a conducive environment. Let's take a look.
Number 296. But the first one in your region. We did the project all over Uganda, but there are some places we haven't extended our assistance yet. So I'm glad that we finally reached Amorigoga region today. Needless to say from myself that education is a foundation of a country for the human security and the human resources. It is very much important because there will be no country will be healthy without young ones' education. That's why we were conducting not only the building itself, but also some living environment for the healthy education. We, as the government of Japan and from the people of Japan, we were managed to today hand over the tools for education in your region. But please do finish the job and do not let the students or their parents to give up.
The impact of this support is profound and multifaceted. Our learning environment will be transformed really into a safer and more comfortable and a welcoming space for our pupils. Children, we hope our children will now have classroom and facility that nurture concentration, creativity, and make them so confident. A proper learning environment will allow our children to dream bigger. They will study harder and reach heights they may never had imagined possible in their life. The quality of education at our school, we also expect, will also be greatly enhanced. Teachers will have tools, they will have resources and support needed to deliver lessons effectively and engage pupils meaningfully. On behalf of the pupils, the teachers, the parents, the entire school community and Kwania District local government, I wish to convey our deepest gratitude to the government and the people of Japan for this generous grant to Amorigoga Primary School. Really, your support is a shining example of kindness, foresight, and a commitment to uplifting communities through education.
The Ministry of ICT and National Guidance seeking funding of approximately 1.53 billion for the financial year 2026 to 2027. Now they object to the proposed budget of 273.277 billion for the institution as per the National Budget Framework Paper. The Minister for ICT, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, cites underfunding, calling upon the Budget Committee to approve the fully required amount to ensure that the ICT priorities of infrastructure planning, development and deployment are realized. Let's take a look.
The Ministry of ICT and line agencies, including UBC, NITAU, UCC, have appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on ICT to defend its budget framework paper.
How did the minister now receive?
Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, says the sector seeks over 300 billion shillings to ensure adequate digital transformation nationwide for the financial year 2026-2027.
As a ministry, we are not well funded. In the current financial year, we run a budget of about 380 billion Uganda shillings. And the proposed budget for the next financial year is about 270 billion, which is a reduction from what we have. And yet, the economy now is built on digital services, and there is a need to invest more in the ICT.
Baryomunsi says the country is likely to achieve a smart city digitally.
And the move now is to go from rudimentary, manual, traditional systems into IT-enabled environments where service delivery is hinged on smart digital activities. For instance, payment system, services managed like traffic. How is traffic being managed? What are the systems for waste management?
To improve service delivery of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Ministry of Finance has been empowered to increase funding.
The President has been very clear that the UBC should be funded to the tune of a minimum of 30 billion shillings per year in the budget. But we have not yet realized that with the finance. The President is the #1 citizen who religiously believes and watches UBC. And he gave us a directive to elevate it to the level of Al Jazeera, BBC, CNN, that level. That's the directive he gave us.
If they are requesting for more funding, I think these are areas that we should prioritize because it is important. There are things that we see, things that we hear.
On poor connectivity of hard-to-reach areas, the ministry clarifies.
We are, for instance, building a national backbone infrastructure which extends the internet to the countryside. Data centers, there are infrastructure being built. And that one, traditionally, we have been constructing masts and towers in those areas.
Science, technology, ICT and innovation is a major area for Uganda to achieve the 10-fold growth strategy by 2040. Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Nabgude for UBC News.
Thank you, Rebecca, for that. Now, Uganda is steadily building capacity to tackle climate change, even as millions of households continue to rely on charcoal, a fuel that is cheap to access but costly to use and harmful to both health and the environment. In Mbale City, a newly commissioned LPG facility is being introduced as part of the country's broader move towards cleaner energy and climate resilience. Take a look.
Parliament is holding back-to-back committee sessions to scrutinize the government's economic policies, priorities and budget plans for the next financial year 2026-2027. The Parliamentary Committee on Budget, chaired by Kachumbala County MP Patrick Isiaji, listened to various reports from a section of committee chairpersons. The Finance Committee informed the MPs of the need for 40.7 billion to be provided to URE to ensure upgrade of its digital systems, including IFRIS and digital tax systems accordingly.
Support and maintenance services for efficient revenue mobilization communication links, hardware, software support, application support, and upgrades. So,
but if you left them where they are, they will collect only what they have. But they are saying, give us 40 billion so that we improve our systems and be able to collect more 4 trillion.
The Office of the Auditor General seeks 7 billion to replace the aging fleet and about 10 billion to recruit more staff. The basis has been fronted that the scope of the audit has expanded, including parish development model and the oil and gas sector.
A total of 65% of OAG fleet is due for disposal and 20% is due for replacement in the next 2 years.
The inadequate fleet and staff also touch the PPDA agency, which seeks over 20 billion shillings in the next financial year.
The PPDA faces capacity gaps, overseeing Uganda's entire procurement system under the PPDA Act.
The Minister of East African Community Affairs wants over 6 billion to sensitize Ugandans on the need for EAC political integration and to ensure that Kiswahili is part of the national language.
We are looking at operational efficiency at the 12 one-stop border posts enhanced, and then 4 sensitization engagements to build the capacity of private sector actors on trade risk management and compliance with EAC Common Market Protocol undertaken. This enhances the knowledge and capacity of SMEs to manage trade.
Because as we quote, slow as it is, the day will come when all those borders will open. We only pray that the fines are still around. So sensitization is the key to prepare our citizen.
The Budget Committee also noted concerns by the State House that the graduates under the Presidential Skilling Program need startup capital. The MPs on the Budget Committee questioned the source of the public debt figure presented by the Finance Committee, standing at 118 trillion shillings. This, according to Kira Municipality MP Ibrahim Semujunganda, is questionable.
So the debt to GDP ratio becomes now very difficult to calculate because you're calculating against first of all, the figure of the debt itself keeps changing. So I wanted to find out both those figures and the source of this information, but also the base for calculating the ratio.
We got them from the Ministry of Finance, and particularly the debt sustainability report from the Ministry of Finance. And they are a monopoly of this source. We can only engage them if we have to understand the details. But this is what was provided.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Thank you, Dan, for that. Now, we do apologize for that technical glitch. That story is Uganda Revenue Authority is seeking 40.7 billion funding to upgrade its revenue mobilization digital systems in the next financial year, 2026-2027. Now let's cross over to Bunyoro district. The Mufti of Uganda, His Eminence Dr. Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, has ordered the arrest of the Deputy Bunyoro District Qadi, Sheikh Swaibu Adam Ntegeka, now over allegations of mismanagement and lack of transparency in the administration of Hoima Town Council mosque resources. Let's take a look.
By law, this way I sent my intelligence. Indeed, the threat was.
Come to resolve a conflict that has been at this masjid, whereby an imam who has been here has rejected to leave the office of the Imam since he was already appointed the deputy Qadi of Bunyoro district. He has refused to leave the office of the Imam, despite the fact that he holds the higher post of the deputy Qadi. And therefore, the Mufti wrote to him. He also went to lawyers, kind of refusing the decision of the Mufti to vacate the office of the Imam. It has been unconstitutional according to the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council Constitution, and therefore we have come to institute the practical solution to this problem. Directed one, that the former Imam should be apprehended because of lack of transparency in management public resources of this masjid and the properties surrounding it. And also, we have instructed that he be summoned also to the headquarters for the indiscipline that he has exhibited against the Mufti of Uganda. We also sought from the security organ to continue rendering the necessary assistance.
Your evidence, there is a real threat here of bloodshed. So you are here to prevail over that threat.
That is what happened in Bunyoro. Now, Uganda, I beg your pardon, the ruling National Resistance Movement has won the Rukungiri Municipal Council mayoral seat for the first time since its creation in 2010, when it was carved out of Rukungiri main district. The municipality has been in the hands of opposition until yesterday midnight, when NRM's Matia Katsime won with 5,759 votes, defeating his strong opponent of the Forum for Democratic Change. Let's take a look.
Opportunity to thank the Almighty God that has helped me to sail through. I want to thank even my supporters ever since primary elections. I want to thank my team who have been with me since then, and I want to call upon those who have been my opponents to come and we work together for the garbage collection in our town of Rukungiri, which is becoming a serious problem, lighting our streets, improving on our road network system, our sanitary lanes are wanting, improving on our stadium, and some other so many activities which basically like extending piped water in our villages or in our town. It is more or less a village. Most of the towns, most of the villages we have in Rukungiri municipality, most of the areas don't have piped water. And I think those are one of the few things I will focus on. Some projects that can widen or that can increase on our population, which in the long run will a little bit widen on our tax base.
Now, Chance Kayindo has retained his Kasese municipality mayoral seat in a highly competitive election held on the 26th January. Kayindo, who was first elected mayor in 2021 with 11,572 votes, defeating the NRM's Godfrey Kabyanga, who got 10,937 votes, successfully defended his seat in 2026. This year, the race attracted three other contenders, that is Jolie Kateba of the NRM, Jacqueline Bwenge of National Unity Platform, and Saidi Chisuchi of PFF. Let's take a look.
municipality cyangwa abaheranga bino masinga kusibi cyo kubanza mama kumumbete kashakole kasese tawuni andeke kanda mama chikole lijimanyisya olu lule lwe nyusulule lwayi nyamuhanga bahemani ene kitanu sendi kwa busa ngibakolere cyo monzire mukishe simana libira.
That story takes us to a very short break, and UBC Lunchtime News will come after with business.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't go.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubi Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Welcome home to entertainment. To Wi-Fi everywhere. To high-speed internet. To security. To first-class support. To convenience. Welcome home to MTN WakaNet, superior internet for every home. Visit www.mtn.co.ug/WakaNet. Welcome home. Together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. And UBC Lunchtime News has come to the very end. I am Brian Tumwine Biorhanga. Goodbye and God bless Uganda.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
I'd like to thank all our clients, our valued taxpayers, the people that we serve as we collect revenue for building our nation. I thank you very much for the questions you have sent through this program of Buza Commissioner. On behalf of URA, I would like to pledge that we are committed and we will continue to answer all the questions that you ask through this platform. The whole purpose for this program is to ensure that your pain points, your questions are efficiently responded to. So I would like to encourage all our taxpayers who have questions to ask to please utilize this program that we are running on UBC, that will be receiving your questions through the numbers that you've been given, and URA will be available to answer these questions every Monday and every Wednesday during the 8 o'clock news bulletin. And then on Sunday, after the news, we'll have a full response to all the questions that will have come in during the week.